All right. Hello and welcome to this episode of Boomer and Degen. I'm your host, Biz, coming at you live with the man, myth, legend himself, co-founder Andy with Crypto Hub HQ. Andy, it's good to know after 3 days you're feeling above 90%. So that's bullish on it, bullish on health right now. I'm also feeling pretty good today. Markets have been chopping around. Can't really seem to make up its mind. But we don't trade news, I guess not. We trade price action.
Well, we do trade news, but we react to it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
they say that the price action always precedes news. So, look, I challenge anyone to ever find it the other way around. But usually, price action moves before we get any news, and so news always justifies whatever you want.
I
So
guess.
anyone can spin up any narratives out there.
Yeah. I mean, certain things move the price, right? But you're right. I think sometimes though the big players know what news is coming long before you or I do,
Yeah.
right? So simple as that, really. And many times when people say, "Oh, like that poor guy who lost $1 million for Trump's inauguration on the 20th, and he was hoping that the price of Trump media would go up," and it's like, well, that's already been priced in. He won back in November, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful the way you play it.
Yeah.
But market wise, let's get cracking, because today I'm going to show you a few uh, uh, trades. So rather than concentrating on news so much, but as you can see, market health again, short term, 4 hours sort of rising. But when you go back to Bitcoin, again, yesterday we were let down. We were still coming down, and in fact, if you go to the 4 hour, all we did yesterday was form yet another lower high, right? If we continue down today, it's yet a lower high. So
Yeah.
at the bare minimum, we need to break above this first one, right? And then keep doing that, right? That at the bare minimum. So we need to go above 80, 98, close above 98, say 2, 3, right? We have to do that, right? Because then we might get a kind of slightly higher low, then come down to that. That's what we want to see, because we need that breaker structure, right?
Well, if you
But
if you
it's
if you actually zoom it out to the daily, you can draw a downtrend from like the top.
oh
Don't take
yeah,
it from the top of the wick, but it that candle right now. I mean, there's still a little bit more before it goes right up against that trend line. But
well,
I'm very curious to see what happens.
they tried it yesterday,
Yeah,
and was rejected. So
yeah,
if you go down to the 4 hour, it was rejected. All right.
yeah,
Tried to push above that. Well, that we sort of formed the trend line. We can now heighten this on the 4 hour, but we can tighten this on the 4 hour. But as you can see, it's tried and failed, tried and failed, tried and failed. So at this moment in time, you come back to the breaking this structure here is the same as breaking that trend line, right?
yeah,
So you need, if you put that trend line back on, you need to break above here, whoops, then come down, maybe retest there, then go up, right?
yeah.
That's what you're looking for, right? And we're just not doing it. I mean, and it's all the things we discussed yesterday. This is a completely different market cycle. So I don't have any high expectations just yet that we're going to see a massive move in Bitcoin. And in fact, if you go to our little friend today, that's gone back down by 2 points, and the fear and greed has gone back down 2 points as well today. So the market is like, no, we're not. Are we good? No, we're not.
Mm.
Just when you think, right? But as you say, people now have started shifting their narrative. The other crypto streams, I've been saying it all the way through because maybe I'm more of a boomer than a degen, but um, even the degen streams are now going, okay, we have to shift our thesis now, right? We can't be thinking altcoin season's coming anytime soon. and the coins that we need to trade, the narratives that we need to follow are shifting. Memes are on their ass. All that kind of stuff, right? Yes, you get the odd pump like you had the other day, but the bulk of the memes are on their ass, and so the whole thing is shifting, right?
Yeah.
So, so what can I say? If you go to the 15-minute on Bitcoin, does that look healthy to you?
No,
Doesn't
no, no. I mean, like the consolidation looks appealing, but like lately, these consolidation pattern doesn't mean nothing because
I mean
several
deadly
times
strong.
now that I love these patterns and how well it consolidates, and I'm pretty sure every person that's bullish long term is looking at it, just with the same optimism. But to be honest, like these are the times you got to be worried, and then you got that downtrend too, which is highly suspect.
That's the hour chart, right? So it's anybody who tells me that's. I mean, we're in a long-term uptrend, short to medium term downtrend. But if you go back to the day again, we've actually still done pretty well. We've not dropped in the previous markets. We've dropped like 30% during the cycle, right, and then gone back up. Nothing like that here.
Well, the
You know,
problem is this cycle, and I think this is where it can really affect the greater population in general, is because this is different. This bull run, you have, governments now backing it, talking about like establishing positions, their reserves or whatever, allocating some part of their
yeah,
treasury as reserves. And it makes sense and it sounds great, but like you think about the market and like who got involved as the rise was happening, right? This preceded all this. Now it's like everybody knows that, okay, well, if the government's backing this, we should be safe, we should be safe long term. Little do they
yeah.
know. I mean, we're seeing this chart pattern start to develop, but if we break some key levels,
Yeah,
there,
we could break some key levels,
yeah,
and
this right here just tells us how, like, normally this would have retraced, to your point, like 30%, but because of who's involved now, like we got a bunch of fresh people coming in with high optimism. They're probably putting, like, buying every dip that they get, right? Which is why this is like extended out. This consolidation pattern is extended longer than it should be. And
yeah,
yeah, we're actually at a critical point right now. Let's just see what the Bitcoin does. But
I keep coming back to the power of the points of control, right? This point of control here. Yesterday during the stream, it was right on top of it, right? But it was red, not green, so it was looked orange,
yeah,
and now it's green, right?
it's
So it's
so
looking.
iffy.
But we're literally now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 days. And even before that, we were being supported by
Yeah,
this POC, right? So 11 days, people are saying this is a reasonable price for now. Now, from a trading perspective, it ain't bad because it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. And for
yeah,
those coins that 90% of the coins that follow Bitcoin, you've got some nice swings to get some trades in. And in fact, that's what I want to move on to, unless you've got any news
no,
you want
no,
to share.
no, go for it.
The only final thing, by the way, I was watching a video today on BricsPay. BricsPay is live, isn't it now, which is blockchain based. And they're all kind of moving away from the dollar, and more countries joining BRICS. So there's just so much uncertainty, which is why I think the market has shifted. There's the positive side, like you said, the
Yeah,
governments are all getting involved. And then there's the downside of all these tariffs and trade wars and God knows what else that's coming down the line, right? The
yeah,
decline of the dollar and then people moving away from that. So there's just a lot of uncertainty, and where that's going to end, nobody knows.
exactly.
But let's move on to the trades. I want to take us back to Cookie yesterday, to our trade.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the short, didn't we?
Yeah, so we set this short up. It went into it twice. We didn't take it because we were on the stream, and I was targeting somewhere only down here, I think.
We don't, we don't,
4
we don't get enough likes on the video to take them live, right?
no, that's right. Yeah, people have to do much more to see me live trading, right? But now we would have been down to 15% in profit on that short, right?
Yeah.
So, and the arrow there is where we looked at it yesterday on the stream, right? We did that setup and it played out just like perfectly. But this morning, when I woke up, I felt a little better. So I kind of went to the alerts, went to the charts, rewrote the query again, different approach, right, on that query, which I think is better now. But I did some setups, right, and what I'm going to do is, in fact, I meant to do this before the stream, but
Look at
hang
that
on
textbook breaking above that trend line, going back
so
down, retesting it.
when I woke up this morning, it was about here, right, and I drew a trend line.
Yeah.
So I did a setup. I said, well, okay, you've got this fair value gap here, you've got this order block here, and you've got this trend line here. So assuming that it went down to roughly where it was going to there, let's see what would happen if it's going to bounce off that. But what I want it to do is to come in, bounce down into this and go up, right? So if we let that play out, boom, 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 boom. Absolutely played out. Now,
That is a textbook move.
Yeah, so that was I've actually was only targeting that up to this order block, but in reality, if I'd have let it fly, you would have been double that. You would have been literally double that. That was one, right? If we come down to Varna, I drew another trend line on here this morning and targeted the bottom of this
Nice.
order block here. Trend line, bang, bang, 2.3, but actual fact, it could have got, I don't know, 2.6, right? So another one that played out. If I go to OM, I set up a short here, again, all around the same time, my morning, 7 o'clock, 7:30, right? Completely pinged into it. I did that deliberately there. I did that there because it seemed to have very big wicks all the time coming to this order block. So I thought I'm going to set it just where there's definitely still some body on the previous time. Absolutely played out, went down 3.22%, but again, you could have had a little more than that, but you'd have been, your profit target took me out. And then what's this one? Oh, this is just one that came up in the not following Bitcoin. So as you can see, there's been some great trades today, right? Using our alerts, all from our alerts, or from this new query that I've written, that I've still not put live, but I will. So yeah, there's a lot of great trading to be done. So just goes to show you that this trading approach with using fair value gaps, using points of control, using order blocks, I do use trend lines because trend lines are still price action, right?
Yeah.
So they're not like technical analysis in the sense of RSI, which is lagging and momentum and stuff like that, right? So, but you can see lots of shorts and longs, and if you go to our alerts, bullish wise, there's been a lot of good ones in, and outperforming BTC more right now. DF and JUP. DF, is that on our? Yeah, it is. So is that following Bitcoin? Yeah, that is. You can see that, right? So Bitcoin's in a general kind of lower high scenario, whereas this is in kind of going up, right? So again, great trades here.
Ooh,
right? So,
man. I'm really concerned about where Bitcoin's at right now. And, there's a fair value gap right above it. Like, it's actually in it right now. A bearish
on the
one.
15. Yeah. Now, there's two things, right? There is a fair value gap above it.
Even on the 1 hour.
And then there is an order block, a bullish order block, that has been holding it up.
Yeah.
So it's who's going to win that battle.
But then if you go on the hourly, it's right in it. You go on the 4 hour, it's right in it.
This is the hourly.
Oh, sorry, I mean 4 hour.
If you go onto the 4 hour, so it's right inside it, right? It nearly mitigated that, but didn't. It actually came down to this fair value gap here, right? Again, as it did before, back on the 3rd of February.
Yeah.
So, 11 days ago. But again, you can just see lower everything, right? Yeah. So, it's, what can you do? but we'll have to wait and see. So on the 15-minute, which is what I tend to have this on,
Yep.
we are actually, when I looked at DF, DF is mirroring, but it is outperforming. But what I was, let me run this again. This is the very latest. The alert that I wrote for not following Bitcoin was using something called correlation before, and I wasn't very happy. It's a bit complex bit of maths, but it was like when you looked at the charts, they look similar, even though mathematically they were not similar, if you know what I mean. So this one works on trends, on trend movement, price movement with trends, right? So 1 million baby Doge. I don't know. Let me just. The problem is with this, when you go what was it again? 1M baby Doge. Let me try this on. Yeah, there you go. So yes, so you see this one. Oh, that shit! I've done it on the wrong one. Let me go back to there. 1M baby Doge. As you can see, what this is doing now, this is nowhere near following Bitcoin, right? It's doing its own thing, right? And CGPT and OM actually was another one. OM was another one that was not following. It came up in this earlier. As you can see, 15 minute, it's doing its own thing. These are great to find because how many times have you been in a trade? It's going well, Bitcoin tanks, you get stopped out, right? Just because you constantly got to keep your eye on Bitcoin, right? When you're trading in crypto, and but whereas these alerts, BNB it says is doing its own thing. Let's see. Yeah, BNB is doing its own thing. So this new alert's going to be very interesting because I kind of get a bit fed up of having to constantly go back to Bitcoin. Say, why is it not getting to my target? Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense. Why's it not doing it? And then you suddenly realise if you're shorting, Bitcoin's flown up, or if you're longing, Bitcoin's gone down. You know. So there's a lot of trades to be had right now in our server, you know, it says that Trump's had a rising faster, BNX, QTOM. Let's have a look at bullish. Oh, Trump. Let's have a look at Trump.
World Liberty Financial, the token. I heard he dumped like 20 bill onto the market. I think, is it 20 bill or million? I don't know.
I told you, didn't I? He gets various releases. The first one in like February or something. He's just gonna freaking dump it, and care not a jot who's invested.
Hold on. The one, the ticker was WLFI, I think.
WLFI.
Is it? No.
Don't know.
World Liberty Financial or World Financial?
Don't know.
What? Okay.
Don't know. Find me the ticker. We'll take a look. His Trump coin. If you go back to here, it's well, you do 4 hours when I ask you. It looks on. If you go to 15 minutes, it looks like it's doing great, right? But it's just having a sort of
WLFI. They sold more than 24 billion of their WLFI governance token.
Right. Okay. I don't know which one of these that is.
Yeah, the crypto project has less than 1 billion tokens remaining for purchase.
How many? One what?
So they're launching a token reserve strategy to boost market stability. What the heck? I gotta do some more digging into this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you bullish?
I can't find the coin on TradingView.
Okay. Well, maybe it's not live yet, but maybe this is something that is available publicly. 80,000 holders amongst 119,000 transactions. Okay.
Yeah, but if he's dumped, well, you'd expect him to dump them, right? Because he knows it's going to zero over the next period of the next year or two. He's not stupid when it comes to that. It's everybody who thinks he's a genius who's going to like keep investing, right, are going to be left holding the bag. Same as we said yesterday with these meme coins, right? The hopium keeps them in and then tanks down, right?
Yeah.
Just the way it is. So that's the kind of market today. Although Bitcoin is,
Oh
doing what
man, what's going
Bitcoin
up with
does.
Trump token, man?
Which one? The
That Trump
this
is
one.
cool. Yeah, it just did a break of structure.
Yes, it did. It's got but if you look in the 4 hour, you can see that it's not actually doing a lot. But from a trading point of view, you can trade this now,
Oh
right?
man.
It's coming up to a fair value, a bearish fair value gap, and a bearish fair value gap and a bearish order block. Right? Yeah. So one would expect at some point a pullback here. I'm going to let me just drag this down. At some point, even if it just comes down to, hang on a minute, what's it doing? Even if it just comes down to sort of this level, right, as a natural part of going up, right? But there's not enough in it for me to trade that at that moment in time. But anyway, that's not something I would trade short right now. But there's just not enough in it. So there's much better coins as you've seen to trade.
It's interesting to see like some of these look quite bullish and others just look like a complete break of structure to the downside.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely right. If you go to these, Bake was in your list the other day, wasn't it?
Bake, yeah. No, I actually tried to. What did I try to short it today? No, I tried to short. What was that token? It was It just came onto the. Is it Liberty? No, not Liberty.
You'd have had a good short in Bake today.
It took a lot to play out. I was in this trade. Oh no, sorry. I think I longed it yesterday. Yeah, I actually said I was bearish, but then it put in a move, and then I put an order in, and when I woke up, I actually accidentally fell asleep. So when I woke up, I actually missed my exit price, and then I got completely stopped this morning.
Yeah, so even if you put Fibonacci on that, right? So it's Fib retracement on that, then you're kind of down at the between. You're in the Goldilocks zone, right? But who knows? It might have another play up here, right? Who knows, right? It's kind of retraced.
Yeah.
It's done a nice retracement back down after that huge jump. There is, however, this huge fair value gap down here, which would worry me. So I'm tempted to sort of just put on alert. Actually, do you know what? I'm not going to do it on that one because that is Binance.
Layer was the token. I tried to short it today, and it's just taking way too long.
Oh, Layer. So that was up in all of our alerts yesterday, right?
Yeah, it did like 100% move yesterday.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah. So yeah, well, Layer was new, right? In BingX it was new, and in all of the other things it was new. So it's done exactly what you'd expect it to do. There's been some hype, and then it's because it's new, and everybody's taken their profits and they're selling out, and now it is consolidating, right? Which is a good sign, right? That's a fairly normal price action when a coin starts on major exchanges. People that got it via some airdrop or via pre-sales or whatever, they come in and just get rid of them, right? Because they're selling them at a much, $1.30. They probably bought them for like 20 cents or something. So they're getting out, and then it's now consolidating, which is a very good sign. So who knows where it'll go from here? So that's one of those where you would literally, I'm going to do the same thing here, crossing up and breaking down on that one. And then just forget about it. Forget about it. Just let it play out. So can I hear children in the background?
Yep. She's trying to take the mic.
All right.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, it's 10:30. She should be sleeping. I don't know how she woke up.
They do sometimes. So, are you sure you're not Elon Musk and you're bringing your children to work?
Are you bringing them to work?
No, did you not see that?
What do you
Elon
mean?
took Elon took his child into the Oval Office for a press
Oh,
conference with. Not only that, but the child was basically doing this in front of Trump. And then at some point, he said, it turned this boy, who is called X, I kid you not, turned to Trump and said, "You're not the president."
oh,
And then he said, you don't belong here. You have to leave. Like,
oh my
nah,
goodness. Yo,
silly
I
little
gotta,
boy.
I gotta look that up. That's pretty funny.
Where do we think he heard that from?
Hey, so how did he handle that?
Your Trump's face, and to be perfectly honest, I'd have probably been the same. But Trump's face he was not a happy man, and as everybody's wearing suit and tie, which you'd expect in the Oval Office, right?
Yeah.
Elon was wearing an overcoat and t-shirt, and he just wasn't making any effort. He had his kid on his shoulders at one point. Then he put him down. The kid kept
Wow.
interrupting. Oh yeah, just so. But it's not
I
very.
think they had a little chat afterwards.
What to Elon saying,
Yeah.
"Don't do that again."
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think he,
I think Trump went apprentice mode after that meeting.
he'd have certainly done it. He'd have gone apprentice mode at somebody, but I don't know if he can afford to do it at Elon Musk. If Elon Musk turns X against him,
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I watched some stream or some video on YouTube yesterday where some guy who was literally saying, "Yeah, I voted for Trump," and they said, "Well, where do you get your news?" And he went, "Well, the best place I get it on X. It's the only place you can get good news." And I'm like, "Wow, that's why we have this problem. These kids think that's real news, you know."
Well,
The end.
you
So,
gotta, there's just it's a wide open field, so you gotta have some discernment,
it's a
to know
different.
what's, yeah, because
Well, I think to be honest, I'm even though I'm not a degen, I don't like big long introductions. I'm like, will you get to the point? Right. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And that's what social media has given us. It's like a strap line. Now I do at least read under the strap line to see if it's clickbait, but likewise, if someone's done a 30-minute video and all I'm interested in is it going up or down? Or what's the policy? Don't give me the whole backstory. I can get bored as well, right? But yes, it was quite entertaining watching Trump's sons tell Trump that he wasn't the president. Oh dear, I should check that out. So yeah, today, good. Lots of coins here. In fact, Rune was one that wasn't following BTC either. The last time I checked, 15 minutes. Yeah, look, Rune's doing its own thing. So
Yeah.
this new alert's coming. I will do it this weekend. Now that I'm feeling better, I never like to mess with the live server code when the databases are building constantly all the time when I'm not feeling my brains in gear.
Yeah.
But I will do it this weekend. But yeah, that's it for me, Biz.
That's Rune. Okay, Rune looks good. Rune looks good too.
Oh yeah, really interesting. Yeah,
All right, well, you
nice
know
little.
what, I think just I'm gonna have to start looking at like the variety. There's just so many, right? So you gotta pick one, and look at the price action and see the market structure. Like things like this, it's like where you set your stops, and it's gonna be super tight, and you're gonna be very close to the bottom. Like these are the type
Yeah,
of chart or chart patterns I like. It's much easier to do. I'm not very
yeah,
good at chasing the move up to the fair value gap. Like I've been getting stopped out every single time in this market. So um,
yeah. But but once you go into profit, are you moving your stop up?
yeah, yeah. But it's like
Okay.
it's like like it's like 10, 15%, 20%. Like I did that with
Oh,
Barstool or whatever, and I basically took myself out of an 80% trade.
yeah.
Anyways,
Well,
look, it's not
yeah.
I'm still fine tuning this managing my stop losses and things like
Yes,
that.
so you do have to be careful. I fell foul to this in the early days. Is that if it's going up, you don't raise your stop too quickly or too far. Once you raise it, step one, break even slightly above. Right, that's step one. So that even if it turns against you, you're going out with a tiny loss or zero. Right. And then once it's gone up a few percent, then raise it another percent, and then do that. Because again, if you look at this, just look at this example here in room. If I do this, it's going to come up and then come back down to this fair value gap, right? It's going to go up and then come back into this fair value gap. It's going to go up, come back in, go up. You understand what I mean? So if you were to get to here and then raise your stop up to this level, you'd be stopped out before it's had a chance to get to the next level up. So it's
you see, I would have probably got in probably right where it was consolidating, but you see how that moved? They did that liquidity sweep, and then it started to go up.
Yeah, but
that's what happened with Bake this morning.
Yeah, but again, I don't know if what time that was. Well, this is one that's not following Bitcoin, right? So, but Bake, Bake, what is this? Was this it or something?
Yeah. No, it was before that. It was before that. Well, it was
this one.
Yeah, so I got in there right where, and then I was supposed to sell, which I didn't. Or is it? Sorry, was it? Yeah.
Were you longing or short?
I was longing after it was following the it was following the stream, and then I got in maybe an hour or an hour and a half afterwards.
Oh, okay. So it was here then. Okay, I'm with you. So it was definitely here. Okay, so if you look at this and you took that back to there, this is going a bit slow because we're doing lots of stuff, but don't know why that's not doing that. I'm stuck now. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can do that again. There we go. So if you do that, that was kind of after the stream, right?
It wasn't right after. It was like a couple hours afterwards. Like I was watching it, and then yeah.
So a couple of hours after
the stream. I think because there was a fair value gap around there. Yeah.
Around here, yeah. So then you went long, right?
Yeah.
At that point. Okay, and then how did it play out after that? Got rejected by that.
I don't know. I fell asleep. And then for some so that was where I should have exited.
Yes.
And for some miraculous reason, I didn't get. Yeah.
That was 10% profit. That is without leverage.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could have got out even earlier than that, but
that begs a very, very important question, Biz.
What?
When I place a trade, I place three things all at the same time: my entry, my stop loss, and my take profit. All three of those are set the moment I buy. So even if I'd have fallen asleep and I'd have be going for 7% or something, I would have still been taken out in profit.
Yeah. So yeah, I could have done something like that.
You know, what you're doing is you're assuming you're going to let this play out and hope it'll go to 10, 15, 20.
Oh, man, I wanted to visually see the market price and then, okay, this looks like it's exhausted itself. Because I like to look at the 1 minute chart and I'm like, okay, good. This looks like it's rejecting pretty hard here. Okay, done. And then I end it. I'll kill the trade.
Okay, so if I was taking this long and I'd have gone in around where you went in, but this is about here, right? So if I'd have gone in where you'd have gone in, wherever your stop loss is, right? I would have been chasing probably back up to this order block here, maximum. If not this fair value gap down here, like there. There you go. 6.86. So I would have set a take profit for that level. I would have easily been taken out with profit. Now, if you're doing 20x or whatever it was you were doing.
No, I think this was only 10x.
Well, that's still 68% then.
Yeah.
So you'd have had 68% profit while you were sleeping. But if you don't set those profit targets, if you should just look at a trade and say, what was it that I was listening to yesterday? Yes, very, very. If I can find it again, I want to share it with you. This guy said it was a trader, and he said it was a YouTube short, and he said, we're pretty good at taking our losses. Do you know why that is? Because we all set a stop loss, so we understand our downside before we go into the trade. What we're not good at is the profit side of this, being happy with the profits we get because we're chasing them. And so it's exactly what I'm saying is, I look at a trade and say, well, I think there is, a good, say, up to there, 7%, 6, 7% in that trade. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. I'm going to go in with N $100 in this trade at 10x or 20x. That gives me a return of whatever it is, $400. Yeah, that's enough. I don't, and if it shot up another 50%, why do I care? It's just one trade on
Yeah.
one trading. That's it. That's all it is. And the next time you've got another $400 to put into another trade. So it's so I wouldn't approach it like the way you do. I would definitely set that stop loss and your profit target. You do your whole thesis before you go into the trade, and you just let that let it hit your profit target. That way, if you do fall asleep, or like in my case, suddenly I'm asked if I can go to the market or something, and I've already got a stop loss in profit, I can just let it run now. Do you know what I mean? I'm either going to be taken out of a stop loss with a smaller profit, or it's going to hit my target, or it'll still be in trade when I get back, one or the other. So I think that's a lesson to learn, that Biz, is definitely set your take profit at the same time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that one stung. That one stung a bit because I knew it was a good one.
Yeah. So you'd got the right setup, but you were doing that degen-y, come on thing. Then you fell asleep, and before you know it, you were stopped out.
I was watching a video on YouTube and I didn't even realize I fell asleep. It was crazy.
Yeah. I'm very good at not doing that. I only sleep when I go to bed. But I've always been the same. So it's let me just end that. So yeah, I've always been the same. So I'm pretty good at that. I never fall asleep when I'm looking at computers. Thank heavens, maybe the day I do is the day I should stop looking at computers. But yeah, at Bake, Rune, there's some good trades. This is coming, but this is oddly enough now, Biz, right, almost back at your entry.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying you should go in again.
No, because that's consecutive 15-minute candles that are just constant. It's just going down. Where's the volume?
Hang on a sec. It's retracing for sure.
Yeah, but you think it might jump? I don't know. It looks very I'm not very confident in this chart.
We're gonna put that there. Did we put one on the way up? We didn't, did we? But all I'm saying is it's back down to your original entry.
Yeah. Actually, no, that wasn't my entry was way before that. It's below my entry. Right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So all right. Okay.
No, here's what happened. I was in the trade much earlier. The first dip before that.
Right.
I didn't set any stop loss or until I woke up, and I'm like, whoa, that's the move I missed while I was asleep. And then I set a stop loss, and then it got taken out in the morning.
I almost felt like saying go to the naughty step when you said you didn't even set a stop loss.
No, I didn't. And I survived miraculously. It's probably because I only 10x'd it, not 20.
Yeah. So yeah, this go to the naughty step didn't exist when I was a kid. It was a bang around the back of the head in my day. But now this naughty step is kind of interesting. But yeah, so who knows? It could turn around there. Could. Who knows? Anyway, we're done, Biz. We're done.
Okay. Yeah. I have to take a look at what's good. There's a lot. Yeah. So we'll see. Right. Cool. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. I am Biz with Andy, bringing you another episode of Boomer and Degen. We'll be back. Actually, it's the weekend. Yo, by the way, it's Valentine's Day.
Already planned. And you know what's interesting? I mean, just because I'm hoping she doesn't watch these streams. So I've organised a restaurant, and I organised just a beautiful single flower. And then today she said to me, I don't want flowers. And I'm like, oh, God. Like, I looked at her and said, "Well, you're about a day too late on that one."
Yeah, you got to throw some chocolates on top, probably.
No, I've been out this morning and bought her something else, but you
Ah,
can't, you can't
you
win,
can't
you
wait.
can't win, you
Yeah,
can't, you can't win, you can't win.
yeah.
And if I,
No, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
no, that's right. If I didn't buy her any flowers, she'd say, "Where's my flowers?" You know that for a fact. You know
Yeah,
that for a fact. Anyway, happy trading, everyone. We'll see
yeah.
you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
All right, have a good one, guys. Take care. Peace.